What is up, guys? Human Carjack here, and today I kind of want to show you guys what I've been working on. So we basically took off the door panel here, and we're going to be returning some speakers. These are the OEM ones, but we had some aftermarket ones. So I was planning on making a video where I showed you guys like how to replace the speakers and everything, how to take this whole setup apart and get these going. But unfortunately the speakers weren't working, so we're going to go ahead and send them back. And then eventually, real soon, we're going to be upgrading this here stereo. But anyway, on to what I'm doing today. So this is the factory speaker. I went ahead and put that back on. I took out the old one, or the new one rather, that wasn't working, and we've got this whole door panel here exposed, and I got some sound deadening material that we're going to go ahead and throw on real quick. Let me show you guys. So this is the material. We went ahead and cut out some holes and stuff. We've got this little panel right here for the speaker, for this opening rather, and then that's going to be for the door controls. Or that's going to be for the door controls, and that's going to be for the speaker wires. Alright, so we're in the back seat now, and as you can see, it's pretty good. Like, it pretty much covers the whole side of the door. On the bottom, right over here, not so much, but, you know, it's alright. So it basically is supposed to deaden everything, like, just like, for, like, highway use and, like, wind noise and things like that. I'm just going to go ahead and kind of open up some holes for the clips, just so that the whole door frame can go back on. So that's pretty much it for that. I will update you guys when I do get the new head unit, but for now we've got a different topic for today's video, so let's get to it. Alright, let's see if we can make this happen now that there's still some daylight. We kind of waited a little bit because it's been raining all day, so we're going to go ahead and get to the meat and potatoes of this video, which is right over here. We got a nice Mishimoto box that was delivered yesterday. So let's go ahead and open this up. Let's show you guys what's in it. Got some nice packaging here by Mishimoto as usual. Super solid feeling box. Let's go ahead and cut them open. Wow, they got it packaged pretty good. Just gotta try and shimmy it out of here. There we go. Alright, so let's go over what's in the box. Mishimoto supplies us with a coupler here, so it can go onto your charge pipe. I don't think we'll be needing this. We might. I mean, it looks kind of short. Oh, actually, you know what? This might be for like an adapter for one of the sides over here. It might just be too short. So this might come in handy, so we'll put that on the side. We've got some sort of bracket here. So we got that. And we have the intercooler itself. And in another box over here, it's basically like an adapter for the intercooler, and this is meant for the WRX. But I'm going to show you guys why I picked this for the Forester. So let's go ahead and open up the intercooler so you guys can see. And I'll tell you why I'm even doing this upgrade, because you guys might have seen my top mount intercooler upgrade. I got the TurboXS one on the car right now, which will be sold. So if you guys are looking to get that, you know, go ahead and inquire in the comments down below. But this is the Mishimoto one, and we got it in black. So I want to give you guys a closer look here. So we got the Mishimoto intercooler in black. So first and foremost, one of the reasons why I wanted to do this upgrade is just because I want to go with a different color scheme. I'm liking the look of the black intercooler as opposed to the silver one of the TurboXS a lot. And one other really big reason is the Mishimoto one comes with these holes over here. So that adapter that I showed you in that box before, it'll go right onto here, and it'll basically act as like a, let's call it like a scoop. It'll just to kind of like redirect air. So think of like the Grimmspeed one in a pretty similar sense, without having the adapter that goes on top of the hood. So it'll just go on top of the intercooler, but there won't be any sort of ducting on the actual hood itself. It'll just be on the intercooler. And the reason why I'm doing this now is because I'm going to be going for a dyno day again in a couple of days. We've got some big plans for the car that are coming up real soon, so I figured that this might help to keep the intake manifold temperatures a little bit down. It's really the same size as the TurboXS one, almost same exact dimensions, but I'm liking the look, and I like the fact that it has this whole air scoop thing, so hopefully that'll help kind of redirect a little bit more air. So let's go ahead and open up the hood here to the Forester. And one thing you guys might have seen, I honestly don't even remember if I made a video about it, but I did this little stencil here on the TurboXS intercooler. It says XTi. What I'm going to do actually is we got some acetone over there. I'm going to go ahead and clean it up, because this is basically made for the WRX, and I feel like there's more of a market for WRX owners than Forester XT owners. So I'm going to be selling this on Facebook Marketplace, eBay, wherever, Instagram. So if you guys are local, that'll be great. If not, I can probably ship it as well, but just let me know down below, or, you know, message me on social media. It's down below in the left hand corner of the screen. so I can get this to you. But yeah, this is gonna come off first. We're gonna go ahead and install the Mishimoto one, and then we're gonna go ahead and use the acetone and clean up this whole logo. All right, so I'm just gonna keep you guys down there for a second. So we've got our 13mm socket. We're gonna go ahead and take off the 2 bolts over here on the intercooler, and then over here, this little bracket, we've got 2 10s, and we also have the worm gear clamps. We can do that with a with either a socket or a flathead screwdriver. I'm gonna go ahead and use the flathead screwdriver, but I just realized that side is a little bit deeper, so we're gonna go ahead and grab our extension first. Oh, just dropped my socket down there. We'll go ahead and grab a magnet and get that later. But these are actually not 10s, they are 11s. Nope, they're 12s. That's what we need. I really thought they were 13s. And on to the worm gear clamps. So these should be pretty straightforward. Just loosen this up and pop them right off. I think we might have to do the driver's side first. I think that's usually the easier way of doing it because you can kind of maneuver the passenger side no problem. So let's start off here. All right, not too bad. All right, so let me show you guys what we're working with. So the TurboXS one, Mishimoto, let's go ahead and turn them up this way. Maybe they'll stand. Yep, that stands up right there. And this stands up right there too. Yeah, so definitely look to be almost the same thickness pretty much. Yeah, I looked at the manufacturer's specifications for both of them and they're pretty much both the same size, so no complaints there. They're both huge. They're both definitely a lot bigger than stock, and I just think the Mishimoto one looks so cool, man. Like the black look is awesome. I should have definitely went with this from the beginning. I just never thought of it. If you guys are looking to get some parts by Mishimoto, go ahead and give them a contact. They're really friendly and they're definitely open to some sponsorships. I myself am sponsored by Mishimoto, so they'd be happy to sponsor your build as well, I'm sure. So give them a call or email them and find out. So this coupler that came in the package actually goes right over here. So this stock coupler has to come off because if you guys see it right over here, compared to the TurboXS one, it's a little bit taller. So yeah, let me get a better angle. So right over there. So the Mishimoto definitely has a little bit more length here. So we're gonna go ahead and take out the stock one. I'm sure it's not super hard, but I can't really see basically where to unscrew it from. So somewhere back there, I don't know if you guys could see it, but I'm gonna try and figure it out and try and take that piece off. All right, so we got that end loosened up. Let me see if I could just slip it right off now. Oh, there we go. The flathead helped. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and throw on this coupler now that the stock one is out. I'm just gonna put this right over here, just like that. That was really simple. Now we've got 2 worm gear clamps. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this one there, face them up, make our lives a lot easier. All right, that should be good. So that's pretty stable. We actually have to remove this bracket that's down here. Let me show you guys. This one that's right over here. This has to go as well. So we've got I don't know, I'll figure out what that is. That's probably like a 10 or a 12 or something like that. No, this is actually a 12. All right, good thing it's not a 13 because then we have to go searching down below in the car. God, I freaking hate that, man. Every time I'm doing something, if it's like a quick install, some kind of bullshit like that always happens. So we actually had to remove the strut tower brace as well. So I went ahead and unscrewed all the little nuts that were on it. So I guess this is actually going to be for sale too, because I think we might be getting a Perrin one, but this is a Cusco one, so if anybody wants this, let me know. So the biggest issue right now is this side, because it is a little bit more extended than the TurboXS one, so it keeps kind of hitting onto the manifold over there. So just trying to fit that part in is being a bit of a pain in the ass, unless we do it this way. Maybe this will fit. Oh, it's almost there. There we go. All right, finally. Okay, not bad. So one thing I want to check, that bracket that we took off, I don't think we have to replace it with anything. It did come with some hardware, but I don't think like it replaces a bracket, like the stock bracket that's down on that side. Yeah, so here it is. So this is the bracket on the Mishimoto intercooler, and for the TurboXS one, it's pretty much like a plug and play. So it would be normally located up here. It's a little bit higher so that it fits with that bracket that we took out before. But now with this one here, I'm not sure if it'll actually reach down there where the stock location was, but let's go ahead and fit it up and see what it's like. So the part I mentioned before about taking off that bracket, according to Mishimoto's video, let's do a little bit of a flashback here.
We actually have to remove this bracket that's down here. Let me show you guys. This one's right over here.
Yeah, go ahead and completely disregard that. You can't really see it right now, but basically that bracket that we took off, it needs to be here. So we're just gonna go ahead and tighten up the screws on both ends. It actually went on pretty easy. The only real difference is that coupler that's on the driver's side. So that went on really easy. Just kind of coated the coupler with a little bit of oil. Yeah, so that bracket has to stay there. And let me give you guys a quick little overview of how it looks right now. So this is it. We get the screwdriver out of the way. This is it pretty much. But then we got to go ahead and open up that other package and put the, let's call it like the shrouding around here. All right, so the intercooler is all on. We went ahead and found our 12 and 13 millimeters because we actually dropped 2 of them in there. So that's pretty good. So we're going to go ahead and fast forward to tomorrow just so that we can get all the shroud on and we'll be done with this. Day 2, and this is how the intercooler looks. So I think it's looking pretty good, especially in the daylight. So the black is finished. I'm a pretty big fan of so far. So it's looking pretty dope. So let's go ahead and see the parts that we have over here. So this came with the intercooler itself. What I found out is that these brackets actually go on top right over there in those holes, and that is meant for your stock WRX intercooler cover. So that big plastic piece that goes over is going to fit right on there. So this wouldn't even work with the Forester, so we don't even need these. We weren't going to use these anyway. We're going to use a different sort of shroud or guard or whatever you want to call it. And by the way, one thing I want to mention is that the video that I was watching was actually for a different Mishimoto intercooler. I didn't realize that they make 2 of them. So this is the Street Series one, and then there's like another like racing line one, and the racing one comes with the intercooler as well. It's basically like a package deal, and that's the one that I was following originally. That's why I got it wrong by taking that bracket off. So with the racing one, you take the bracket off. With the street one, you don't. So this is the piece that we're going to be using. It's a little bit different than the one that comes with the stock intercooler. So this is extra. This is about an $80 option, but I think it's worth it because you get a little bit more airflow. So it comes with these 2 pieces. I just have them laid out like this now. That's 2 pieces, one here, one here. We got some hardware, nuts and bolts, and then we have a sticker along with some rubber trim that's going to go around just so that when you close the hood, it's going to be seated a little bit better. One thing that I'm thinking is that on the WRX, it calls to remove this rubber kind of ducting thing, so there are some pop clips over here. So we're going to see, for now, I'm just going to leave it on. I probably have to remove it, but for now I'm just going to leave it on, and I'm going to slowly close the hood and see how well it fits onto the intercooler, but most likely we're going to have to take it off, but we're going to do a trial and error thing right now. We got a 10mm wrench here and a 4mm Allen key, so we're going to go ahead and hold on to the exterior of the bolt, and then on this side we're just going to go ahead and tighten it down. We've got our shroud all assembled, so it's basically just 2 screws on each side, right? 2 there and 2 right over there. So we got those on. One thing that didn't actually come with this, I just called up Mishimoto just to find out. So the screws that are supposed to go right over here that you could bolt a shroud onto, they actually weren't included with my package. So I went ahead and gave them a call. They said, just in case it happens to you too, they said it's an M6, right over here, right? It's an M6 by 1 and a 10mm length. So M6 by 1, 10mm length. We went ahead and got some washers too that are downstairs in my basement, so I have these. I don't have the right screws downstairs, so we're gonna make a quick trip to the hardware store. Oh, holy crap, it's freezing. All right, we're back with all our hardware. We've got a bunch of the correct spec screw. Here, let me just show you guys. So we've got a stainless steel Phillips head screw. They had another one that was a little bit better, but it was zinc coated, so it might rust, so the stainless steel is going to prevent some rust. Oh yeah, that's a nice fit. And the washer is definitely a good touch too. Damn, look at that. It's looking pretty good so far. So we're going to go ahead and put the rubber trim on now. Now these are all kind of meant to go a specific way. So for example, on the side ones, the skinnier and like harder part goes on the inside, and basically this flat part goes on the outside. So same thing for the top one as well. The flatter part goes down, and the thicker, more squishier part is facing up. So that's how the shroud should look with all like the rubber pieces around. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a quick hood test. So we're gonna go ahead and get everything out of the engine bay here, go ahead and put it on the side, and we're gonna close it and see if we even need to remove this piece right over here or not. So let's go ahead and see. I'm gonna bring you guys with me right now. Let's see. So it's looking like the here, let me try and zoom in a little bit. It's looking like the rubber piece is actually making contact. Like the stock rubber piece that's on the hood is making contact with the Mishimoto piece. Let's see if we keep closing it. Does it get like squished or what? I mean, I don't know if you guys can even see there, but let me see if the hood even closes. Let's try that. Is it gonna close? No, it actually. Oh wait, actually it does. No, it does close, but I don't know if I should keep it on or not. Let me take a look. I'm gonna try actually removing that piece. Alright, we got it. So this is the whole thing. Got all the pieces off. So let's go ahead and see how well it closes now. I think this might actually be better. Let me see. Let me see how well it lines up. Yeah, I think it's going to be like flush. I wish I could actually see directly underneath the hood, but I think it's good. Because with the rubber piece over there, it was kind of getting squished, but now I think it's sitting pretty flush. Yeah, man, I think I'm going to leave it like that. The one thing that is a little bit weird looking is this plastic piece, which I could always trim off, but you never know. If I need to ever sell this intercooler or something like that, I might as well keep it on. So I think I'll just leave that like that. Yeah, so now the question is, do we put on the sticker or not? Here's the debate. Should we put this on right over here or not? I don't know, I think it might look alright. We actually do have the Mishimoto logo right over here on the intake box, so that might not look too bad. Guys, give me your opinions on this top mount intercooler. I think it's going to be definitely a little bit better. I'm definitely liking the look in the engine bay. It's definitely a lot more stealthy. The engine bay is slowly coming together, so when we go to Wicked Big Meet again this year, hopefully we get a little bit higher in the judgings and that this engine bay is a little bit cleaner. We will be investing in a new strut tower bar, and I think I actually already have a buyer for the strut tower brace. The TurboXS intercooler is still up for grabs. If you guys are interested in that, just go ahead and message me below. But yeah, let me just give you a little overview right over here of how this looks, and we'll get to some glamour shots. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Pretty straightforward install. It really wasn't that hard. Definitely adds a little bit of uniqueness to the engine bay, I think. Definitely with the Mishimoto logo now as well. So I think that looks pretty dope. So make sure you comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care now. Peace.